Hey everyone, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. Guys, I'm gonna be rich. No, I can't get too confident, but some strong days. I did take a lot of trades today, and I was a little bit of a pussy on one, two, three of them, maybe even this one. But then I wasn't a pussy on this one, so that's good. Sorry if you're a child listening to this. It's actually a pretty funny story. The first swear word I ever said was pussy as a kid, and I didn't even know what it meant. I meant to say fooey at the time, but I accidentally said pussy. My mom said I can't say that word. But BNRG pretty simple, so obviously I could see the indecision in the candle, right? So as this was breaking out, I was just playing patient. Saw that around 3-1, 3-2, it was getting shorted. And the momentum was slowing. So I got in. And a lot of time, like these candles of indecision can just push higher. Like there can be another breakout, but that's why I capped my risk. So after that indecision, I just sort of took off, you know, the a lot of the position, and definitely should have held a little longer because after these big red candles, there's typically a continuation, or there's a slight pullback up and then continuation down for lower. So I need to get used to holding these longer, but just solid play on BNRG. Then we had APM, which was so scary, like scary price action. I was very pussy on this one, but yeah, I mean, we see it now, what's happening, and I actually took another loss on this. So yeah, I mean, I got in a little early. I didn't get in right on the indecision candle. Well, that's the 3 minute, so zoom into the 1 minute here. Um, I didn't get in on the actual indecision, so the candle I got in on still had strength. So I should have waited a little bit to get a better average price, because above 1.8 was a stronger resistance, but I was in at 1.78. I thought I got in at 1.8 or 1.82, but when I looked at my average cost, I was like, damn. And I think it was probably because of the commissions. It lowered my price. I hadn't factored that in. Um, but anyways, yeah, I got out here on this candle. It was chopping kind of in this area. Wasn't showing that quick flush down that I typically see. So I got nervous and got out, but definitely should have held. Um, yeah, I mean, I have to be okay with it hitting my loss, but obviously when the price action isn't looking in your favor, it's a lot tougher to sit through those versus the ones that just work out immediately. Um, SRM was my first loss. This one I just was impatient on the entry. So it was spiking up. It broke through pre-market resistance, multiple green candles up, and I was like waiting for any sort of sense of indecision. And then I got in at 8, but I think that was too early. I mean, not think, it was obviously too early. And then I got stopped out. And I tried to fire again at 844, and I didn't get filled because it was still, overextended, and there was another period of slowing momentum, but I didn't get filled. So I could have quickly made that money back, but I missed it. And that's okay. It happens. But I was really pissed because I was like, damn, I went from being up to being down on the day. Um, well, I guess not down on the day, but anyways, well, yeah, I was, yeah. Um, but I think I had a this Wint trade in between, and this one was just solid, like same as BNRG, where it was like really overextended, and look at that, I sniped the top, like basically. It was showing a little bit of strength at 1.3, but like pretty much immediately collapsed. And Wint is one that'll frequently dump after it spikes up, and it'll randomly get super overextended. So, um, happy with my patience on this one. Glad I didn't enter on like this candle. Could have gotten wicked. But yeah, this one was solid. Pretty straightforward. Uh, Honestly, all my wins were pretty straightforward, but we'll go to CRML. This one I moved my profit 1 cent for no reason. Look at this. Why did I move my profit? If anything, I should have held, but I moved my profit 1 cent, so it didn't hit my max profit. Obviously, had that little pullback up to 4.4, but come on, I need to just stick to it. But that's okay. Agri pretty straightforward, but I moved my profit target up on this one too. Because I didn't like how low it was. Like I was short here at this point. It moved up to 1.2. I think my stop was at 1.25 maybe, or something like that. My take profit was like relatively low, like in the ones, which it obviously hit, but I wanted it to be at like VWAP, so I moved it up a little bit, moved my risk a little bit down. Um, I like targeting VWAP when I should be targeting like the start of the move, to be honest, and just taking some of the position off at VWAP. Um, so yeah, I need to like be more patient. Like if we have this breakout with not crazy volume and momentum slows, um, I could target like this area that's getting bought up, right? So around one, under the ones. Um, but it's okay, win's a win. I just wish I had more balls to hold these. And game was like being kind of choppy too. So just trading here, I like had my order at 2.8 and it actually wicked and hit my order, but I didn't get filled. And I was like, fuck, it came back up to 2.45 and that's like pretty strong strength to just jump up to 2.45 immediately. But then it leveled out and like obviously there was shorting happening at 2.4, but I just can't like I just run out of patience. I don't like when it's chopping in the range for like an extended period of time. Obviously, like my losers are the traits that I hold the longest. Um, so yeah, I ended up setting my order at 231, I think, or 231. And I was like, fuck, like this was this was just an unfortunate one because I just was impatient and I didn't really even get like half of my typical profits. So, um, obviously, like it was showing recent volatility, which caused my profit target to be so low, because I'm targeting like one ATR, right? Um, but yeah, and then APM pretty standard, um, stop. So, saw that there was some momentum slowing at in the 1.8. I mean, I had that 1.85 as like my previous um level, right? Of okay, there was some volume traded here and it was shorted, and we approached there and had a little bit of indecision. And so I fired at 1.83 when I saw that, but nothing. It just consolidated for a little bit and then broke out. So this happens obviously, which is why I need that capped risk. So I got stopped out of this one pretty simply. The reason why I have my risk so high is because sometimes on the next break, it'll fake out and then dump. But being patient and then even like say shorting here is sometimes better. But I think I was patient enough here. Like I obviously saw the indecision. I just, knowing this stock and how it was showing on the level two, I probably could have been more patient to see if it would break out and then wait for the slowing momentum. But I honestly would have taken this trade every time because, oh, I will add that's kind of a lie because I did enter on this one just because of pre-market resistance. There wasn't like the additional confluence of um, being the move at that moment being 2 to 3 standard deviations above the moving average. So even though it was like extended, it didn't have that confluence, which is what um, causes me to have such a higher win rate. Um, so I was just going off of, oh, I saw this spike to 185 pre-market and I saw it hold pretty strong and I want to short close to it. Um, it didn't really have that overextension. But obviously, like, intraday is different than pre-market. So took the loss on that, and then SRM took the win because this one was coming back up. to that same level I was shorting earlier. So very clear, like it had the breakout, showed slowing momentum, and this is just textbook like what I'm looking for. So was a little nervous that 846 would hold because the price action was looking pretty bullish, but it just flushed through and hit my profit target pretty much right after. So I'm glad I held out on this one. The level two did look slightly bullish, but not like other stocks where it's just trading above my average cost, right? My cost was at a good point, 8.6. So I was like in profit when it was kind of consolidating above the breakout. So yeah, that's it for today. Solid day again, 341 and 3 cents. I deleted, you might be wondering why there's no trades here. I deleted these trades to see how this strategy is performing with capped risk. Um, and yeah, so far so good. I want to keep these days green, so staying locked in. But it's crazy the amount of opportunities in the penny market. Um, like there is so I'm taking so many more trades than I was previously. Like sometimes I would take like one trade a day or two trades a day. So really hot market right now. A lot of stuff popping up, which I think is definitely due to the bull market in general. But yeah, things are like crazy overextended and they're always popping up, which is cool. So being able to take advantage of those, being patient, need to keep playing strong, and hopefully we could keep this momentum. But yeah, I'm glad I had some losing trades today because then I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna snap. Um, I'm not gonna like have a bunch in a row, I guess. Um, because I always feel like if I have a bunch of winning trades in a row, I could easily have a bunch of losing trades in a row. So I'm glad I had some to kind of break the streak, but still ended green. Um, but yeah, anyways, thanks for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed, and peace.